Good morning, great Americans. It's another great American video from the bunker here in Kentucky. Well, the elections are approaching, and the sheer demonic evil of the left and the Democrats is just totally out there for everyone to see. They are pulling every nasty, dirty, evil trick in the book from using courts as weapons to take out Donald Trump, to throwing the borders wide open for illegal aliens to vote because they're losing their voter base, to this story, which I am about to comment on. So first of all, before I continue, I'm going to put a link in the description section of this video. It's a link to town hall story, which my video is based on. It's a story. It's a story about an appearance by a Politico, a reporter from Politico, her appearance on MSNBC, where she said the most insane, ridiculous, evil things you can think of, but not surprising, because I have spoken about all the things this woman says in several of my videos covering several different topics. All right, so this woman, excuse me just a minute while I get her name. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. Her first name is Heidi. Her last name is Przybyla, I think, Heidi Przybyla. She's an ex-NBC news reporter, and now she's with Politico. So she's ranting and raving about something that doesn't even exist, right? She calls it Christian nationalism. Remember white nationalism? See, so first things first, nationalism is a good thing. What's the opposite of nationalism is globalism. Well, globalism is not a good thing, right? And like that, the ultimate end of globalism is one world government and us losing our rights and our constitution and all kinds of stuff, right? So globalism is not good. The opposite of globalism is nationalism, where you put, we're put our country first. That's where you get terms like America first, make America great again. We're Americans and we put America first. That's not to say we have any ill will towards other countries. It's just that, we're Americans and we put America first. So that's what nationalism is. So a while back, the left tried to pervert. See, they use language to pervert. It's very Orwellian. And a while back, they tried to add the word white to nationalism. They called it white nationalism. So now it's racist, right? So if you're a patriot and you love your country, somehow you're pinned with being a racist. So now the new thing, which this woman is talking about, is Christian nationalism. And here's what I hope I can find the quote. Here's what she said. And I couldn't, when I heard this, and I actually, where I actually saw it was on those little Facebook reels, the little short videos. I saw it there first, and I couldn't believe my ears. And then I saw this story in Town Hall about it, and I thought to myself, yeah, boy, I was right. This is insane. They're already writing a story about it. So anyway, so she's on MSNBC, Heidi Przybyla, with Politico, and she's making up this fantasy about Christian nationalism. And here's what she says, talking about the people she calls Christian nationalism. She says, quote, "The one thing that unites all of them, because there's many different groups around Trump, but the one thing that unites them is Christian nationalists." Not Christians, by the way, because Christian nationalist is very different. is that they believe that our rights as Americans, as human beings, do not come from any earthly authority. They don't come from Congress. They don't come from the Supreme Court. They come from God, unquote. So this woman is saying, and it's a pejorative, right? She's saying it as a negative. She's saying, well, those white or those Christian nationalists, the one thing that unites them all is they think that their rights come from God, not from Congress or the Supreme Court. Now, does anybody know what's wrong with what she said? I'll tell you what's wrong. She seems to have a problem with the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution. I remember these words from school, and it goes something like this. We hold these truths to be self-evident. In other words, the truth that I'm about to tell you is just obvious. It's self-evident. You can just, you know it just by observing nature. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal and they are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, and among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Right there, the founding fathers told us in our founding documents that our rights come from God. It's right there. It's right there. And this woman, this idiot, this sick, disgusting, left-wing Democrat piece of fucking shit, and I'm sorry if my language offends you, but you know what? These Democrats are evil. They're beyond evil. That party has to be eradicated. The Democrat Party is the enemy of liberty. This woman seems, and I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna put a link to this down in the description of the video so you can see the video for yourself. In her condescending, snotty tone, she says, they believe that our rights as Americans don't come from Congress or the Supreme Court, that they come from God. In other words, oh, those stupid rubes. They believe that rights come from God. How dare they? We can't have nothing to do with that. Our rights come from Congress. In direct opposition to the founding documents of this country. That's what you're dealing with Democrats. They haven't got a clue. Well, now, for those of you who've seen me post things on social media and in forums and stuff, you know that I have a favorite. You know that I have a sort of a favorite copy and paste that I repeat periodically because it needs to be repeated. And it goes something like this. Quote, in US politics, true evil has manifested itself in the Democratic Party because Democrats promote, and here's the bullet points for you, and we can prove every one of these. Democrats promote anti-Semitism. We see it in the school riots and the Rashida Tlaib and all those people. They support groomers. Yes, by all means, the teachers who are sexualizing children in schools are all Democrats. Infanticide, by which I mean abortion and late-term abortion. Now, nobody's going to deny that the Democrats support abortion, right? Marxism, socialism, child genital mutilation, aka gender affirmation surgery. If anybody out there doesn't think that Democrats support gender affirmation surgery, which is basically child mutilation, you better ask somebody. But Biden came right out and supported it. The stripping of free speech right, well, that's been going on for years now. The stripping of religious rights, I remember when you couldn't go to church because of the fake, phony fear-mongering of COVID. The stripping of the right to bear arms, nothing new there. They're always attacking the Second Amendment. CRT, hate and racism, by all means, the Democrats are infusing CRT into school curricula. Now you'll hear these liars say, they're not really teaching CRT in grade school. That's a lie. Bullshit. They may not be teaching it specifically as a subject title, but CRT, the ideas and beliefs of CRT are actually infused into every subject taught in high school and elsewhere. Open borders, destructive monetary. Anyway, so it goes like this. True evil has manifested itself in the Democrat Party. Democrats promote anti-Semitism, groomers, infanticide, Marxism, child genital mutilation, stripping of free speech rights, stripping of religious rights, the rights to bear arms, CRT, hate and racism, election theft, don't get me going on that one, open borders, destructive monetary and economic policies, high taxes, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I go on to say, I could continue, but those should be sufficient to horrify any good person who has a minimal moral compass. And anyone who says that the Democrat Party does not support those things is a liar, because they are all provable beyond a shadow of a doubt. And I say, as I've said for a long time, and I will say again, that the Democrat Party ultimately must be designated as a hate group and dissolved. Their involvement in slavery, the Civil War, Jim Crow, and all the racist policies that have followed since then, they don't even have the right to exist. They need to be declared an illegal entity. So that's what I usually post about the evil of the Democrat Party. Now back to the original topic, this woman and her interview on MSNBC, it just proves, the founding documents say right at the top, we are endowed by our Creator with inalienable rights. She mocks that as if it's not even true. Oh, that's Christian nationalists. That's those extremists, those MAGA Trump. Oh, how dare they want to make America great again? It's anyway. So go to the link go to the link in the description of the video. If you don't see the link, then just go to Google and Google this. It's at the town hall website, and the title of the article is "Why a Catholic Bishop Said This MSNBC Segment Was One of the Most Disturbing Things He's Ever Seen." It's a little kind of a long title. Why a Catholic bishop said this MSNBC segment was one of the most disturbing things he's ever seen. It was written by Matt Vespa at Town Hall. Watch the video. This woman, Heidi Przybyla with Politico, is absolutely insane. But she perfectly demonstrates that the left has become evil and godless. They are godless. Everything the Bible says, and I'm not trying to make this into a religious thing, but let's face it, most Americans are still Christians of one sort or another. And even Jews and Muslims would say these things are evil too. Gay marriage, transgenderism, mutilating children's genitals. These little kids, my God, kids that are like 10 and 11 have like surgery down here. They're doing things that are, and parents, and the parents that allow that need to be in prison. All right, so I'm so sorry. I sort of wandered around. I sort of wandered around here a little bit in this video. The thrust of this video is this idiot woman on MSNBC ranting and raving about Christian nationalism, which is just another invention of the left. Like I said, it's a way to take something good, nationalism, and try and make it look bad. Like before they called it white nationalism, so they take nationalism and try to make it racist. And then they say Christian nationalism. Apparently these days Christianity is bad and it's a pejorative. Oh, you're one of those Christians. I guess they seem to forget that every Democrat president ever has been a Christian, but I guess, that doesn't matter. They seem to forget that the vast majority of Americans are still Christian, but I guess that doesn't matter either. Right? A Christian is now on MSNBC. Christianity is bad unless you're a fake Christian who embraces sodomy and gay pastors, which is actually antichrist. Then you're a good Christian at MSNBC. If you're a fake Christian, if you're a fake antichrist, then at MSNBC they call that being a good Christian. But anyway, that's not what this segment's about. So anyway, click on the link, go to Town Hall, look at that article by Matt Vespa, and you will be shocked. Well, CPAC is just rounding up. Check out those videos. There's a lot of good stuff there. Tulsi Gabbard was at CPAC. They're really ripping it. Look, Trump is going to be here's the bottom line. Trump is going to be the Republican nominee. Let's just forget Nikki Haley and her goofy whatever the hell she's doing. Trump is going to be the nominee. Biden is probably going to run against him. Biden is not going to back out on his own. The only way they'll get rid of Biden is if the bigwigs in the party step in and maneuver him out, which is possible. But it's going to be Trump. And I tell you what, man, there is no possible way that Biden can win. Look, if Biden lost the last election, anybody who thinks the last election wasn't stolen, you're just an idiot. Okay, I have an article about that too, which I will also put in the description because I don't have time to waste on the 2020 stolen election. But you just think of everything that's going on and Trump's super poll numbers and Trump's crisscrossing the country and Biden can't even put a sentence together and his own people don't even want him in. And if somehow Biden actually beats Trump, let me rephrase that. If somehow they claim that Biden beats Trump in 2024, something is wrong. You cannot be an intelligent human being and accept that. They call people like me a conspiracy theorist. I want to remind everyone where the phrase conspiracy theory started. It started when John F. Kennedy was assassinated, and they said it was a lone gunman, right? Lee Harvey Oswald. And the big Warren Commission concluded that it was a lone gunman, Lee Harvey Oswald. Now, nobody believes that. Now, there was people involved, right? There was a conspiracy. Now, what exactly it was, I'm not sure, but there ain't no way that one dude did that with that crappy rifle from that distance. Now, the people who don't believe the Warren Commission back in the early 60s, they created the label conspiracy theorists. So, the guy that made Oliver Stone made the movie JFK. Officially, technically, he is a conspiracy theorist. And anybody thinks that there was more involved with JFK assassination than just Lee Harvey Oswald, you were labeled a conspiracy theorist. You know what that means? That means that most Americans are conspiracy theorists and proud of it because nobody believes that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. Nobody believes that. So today, if I say the 2020 election was stolen, the left calls me a conspiracy theorist. Well, you know what? I'm proud to hold that label because when it comes to the JFK assassination, almost all Americans are labeled conspiracy theorists, and that seems to be okay with the left, right? You can question that. Oliver Stone can make a movie about that, right? It's okay, even though the government officially said that Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. The left is okay with your conspiracy theory that there was more involved. But even though there's more proof, there is more proof that the 2020 election was stolen than there is that there was a conspiracy with JFK assassination. The left will mock you, cancel you. They will strip your free speech rights. They will smash you. Google and YouTube will remove your information, your videos. There's a conservative effort between the fascists in the Democrat Party and the fascists in big tech that will smash you if you utter that theory. Now, you think about that. Why is it okay? One conspiracy theory is perfectly acceptable. The other one, you will be smashed. That's food for thought. But anyway, there is no way that, look at, Trump is going to be the next president, or else something bad's going to happen, man. I don't know what, but we put up with one stolen election, and sadly, the courts are so corrupt that they did not, they didn't fix it. If it happens twice, hold on to your, man, you better stock up with some food and hold on to your drawers, man, because something's going to happen. Anyway, that's the end of that. Please go to the description. I'm sorry, it's one of my wandering meanders. I try to stay on point, but there's just a lot going on. Go to the description of this video, click on the links and check them out. And please like and share my videos. And please, I'm going to put another link in there too. Please check out our new discussion forum. It's a Tapa Talk forum. It's a discussion forum. You can join in. You can start your own discussions. You can join in the existing discussions. It's free. Please join. It's sort of new, so there's not too many people in there right now. We're trying to get it to grow. So please join up with that. Well, thanks for watching my wandering, meandering video. And I will see you guys again in the next great American video. Adios, muchachos.